and who God says you are is way more important than whatever everybody else says you are. So the last few weeks, I should say, a lot of the podcasts, a lot of the books that I've been reading have been kind of focusing and highlighting on this one area of who do people say you are, but who does God say you are? And this is a really cool subject because it's literally what everyone goes through in this whole entire earth. It's something that God has put in us. For men, it's the question of, am I worthy for the task given to me? For women, it's more of, am I lovely? These are really cool things, and some things that I've learned in this are from the age of 0 to 12, so to puberty age. You have already defined by the time you're 12 of who you think you are. You've already had this image of who you are in that, and how you find that image of who you are is through your parents, who your parents treat you as, who your parents say you are, but also from those around you as well. Role models, friends, all of those things. Those things can contribute to who you tell yourself that you are. And I'm not saying that everything around you depicts exactly who you're becoming, but a lot of times we let that depict on who we are. The voices around us, the people who tell us we're this way or that way, we start believing those things. And sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not. So by that age, and a lot of it is our parents. Our parents are our role models when we're growing up. And if you had an absent father, if you had an absent mother, the way that they treated you, even if they were very loving, or they even said, hey, I love you, but they never worked that out. And it's quite interesting to have that, because love, if you're going to say you're going to love someone, love is not just a word to say. Love is an action. It says in the Bible, greater love has no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend. Love is an action word. It is not a word just to say. You need to apply all that action even before you say that word. So a lot of times parents will tell their kids, oh, I love you, but they never apply that. In the movie War Room, the daughter felt she never was loved because her mother didn't know anything about her life, her daughter's life. And her mother asked, you know I love you, right? And the daughter's like, maybe. And the mother was like, maybe, that doesn't seem very sure. And then the girl starts asking her mother like all of these questions, and her mom couldn't answer all these questions about her. And it's interesting how a lot of parents do that. And I'm learning this. I'm not a parent yet. I was a horse parent for a while. I had horses. But I am not married. I don't have kids yet. But I am learning all of these things. And I hope that I apply them whenever I do have kids, or even now. That's who your parents say you are, and then when you get older, who your superiors say you are, kind of is what you believe in yourself. And how you believe in yourself is how you're going to act around other people and how other people are going to treat you. If you don't feel you're beautiful, you're not going to be treated like you would if you had confidence in yourself. And confidence is so much more important than beauty. Confidence in yourself is loving yourself just as God has loved you. Ultimately, it's not as important to figure out what other people have told you. It's who God says you are. Like, God calls us his children. God calls us his friend. God tells us these things, and he wants us to believe what he says. He laid down his life for us. That means he loves us pretty darn hard. You were worthy enough for him to die for. You were beautiful enough for him to die for. You were strong enough. You were worthy enough. You had what it takes for him to die for you. And it wasn't exactly what you could bring to the table. He loved you anyways. He died for everyone, no matter if they believe him or not. But he believes you are worth it. My challenge for you today is I want you to go to that inner room that I talked about in the last unveiled moment. I want you to ask who God says you are. And he might tell you, and he is going to confirm it in the Bible. He might confirm it in the Bible. He'll confirm it in other little places. You might even see it on Facebook in like a quote or something. And he'll find different ways to confirm the identity that he's given to you. This is my challenge for you today. I want you to ask God who he says you are. Not exactly what everybody else says you are, but who God says you are. Because you are not living for men anymore if you are believing in Christ. You're living for God, and who God says you are is way more important than whatever everybody else says you are. So, who does God say you are? I hope you take this, love, and I want you to find joy in little things and give God glory in all things.